Hello everyone and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 15 of the Badlands Plain series. In the last episode we continued to expand the aqueduct, and you can see we have quite a bit of dynamite that we have placed down, and we still have a lot more that we are going to be placing in this episode. Today I'm hoping that we can finally detonate all of this and also continue expanding the dynamite in this direction. But before we do that, I think that I need to make a change that I don't really want to do, but I think it'll make it way easier in the long run. And that's actually going to be to delete all of this. We will get most of the resources back. We will be losing about 40 extract, which is unfortunate. But what I'll want to do is detonate all of these to go down to the bottom, or at least to go 6 or 7 tiles down. That way there can be some more water that the water pumpers could store in the future, or rather I should say the water pumpers would have access to gather all that water. And so if we were to leave it, then it'd be more difficult to place dynamite in the middle since they can only reach tiles adjacent to where they can stand. But at this point we can start detonating everything since we don't have any beavers around. So let's go ahead and do that. And the water came all the way over here, although yeah, so I will need to put, at least temporarily, some floodgates up right here. So we'll put those right there, and then we'll need to make some platforms so they can walk across. And then we'll want to place some more dynamite right down there. And then let's go ahead and lower the priority for all this existing dynamite that we're going to place down. I want them to focus on this up here, and then also these new buildings over here. And then we'll wait to turn on the mechanical water pumps all the way in the background there until we have these floodgates set up. And I'm noticing that in this district you can see we actually have no water and no extract. Overall we have about 3,500 water. Let's take a look at how they're doing in Alpha City. So they're running a little bit low. These two are just completely empty. The water pumps over here, yeah, they've filled up all those water storages. This one is also running a little low, even though they've been pumping the whole time. Let's go ahead and lower one of these. We'll have this one lowered all the way just so we can start getting these water pumpers turned back on. So as soon as the beavers can place the dynamite here, we'll want to detonate it all, and then we can look at turning on the mechanical water pumps in the background. And then it'll start filling all of this up, and then we can have the beavers in this district start pumping some of their own water, because it looks like they're not really getting any water. And you can see that these floodgates are finished, so let's go ahead start turning on. We'll just do a couple for now. So we'll do this one and this one over here, although I don't think it's actually pumping anything right now. Yeah, the water level dropped a little bit, so we'll just have to wait for that to go. But everything is in a good spot, producing plenty of power to power the water pumps and all these buildings over here. We were running low on dynamite in the last episode, but that had to do with the bad water collection. Now that we have 2 more bad water pumps, plus we turned on this one, hopefully we'll be in a good spot to continue collecting bad water. You can see the water has almost completely filled up the reservoir, so we can go ahead and resync that. And just when I click that, all the water starts spilling over. Perfect timing. And it looks like the water is going through this mechanical water pump now, and that'll slowly start making its way all the way over here. Now I think we should actually have them focus on collecting all this, because these have all the resources that they need to build this, and it looks like they don't actually have any extract stored up other than everything in here right now. I think temporarily the water issue is big enough that we're going to make a few of these water pumps, and then we'll make sure that the beavers are working in here before any other job. And you can see the extract levels are so low that these advanced breeding pods don't actually have all the nutrients that they need. A bit unfortunate, but I'm hoping that now that we actually have some bad water over here, that that'll solve that issue. Bad water is growing up quite a bit. We're up to almost 400 now, and they are producing extract like mad. We haven't had an extract shortage that I can remember, so I'm thinking this might just be because we've been using so much extract on creating all those big pieces of dynamite. So in the long run, I think this should be enough, but we'll continue to monitor the situation. We have a lot of beavers sitting around, so let's start pausing. Oh, well, work's over. We'll pause some of these builder huts for now. We're going to try and solve the flooding issue and not flooding issue that has been going on for basically the whole series. So we have a new path set up, and then we're also going to get some floodgates set up right along here. We're also going to work on increasing the storage of this reservoir here. It did drop quite a bit in the last drought, so we're going to start clearing away some of these little cliffs inside the water. So we need to start by making a staircase down here, and then we can start placing some dynamite. Then we can do the same over here as well. Looks like they finally have a little bit of water stored up. We're up to almost 100 in Charlie City, so at least the beavers aren't dying of thirst anymore. Overall, we're up to 5.6 thousand. We can hold about 10,000, so I'm hoping that we can get to that maximum capacity somewhere before the next drought or bad tide appears. So I see the beavers haven't started working on this yet, but I forgot that they were constructing this part of the dam, and this is really just going to be so that we can hold a little bit of extra bad water so that we can pump some during the droughts and bad tides. Looks like the beavers of Charlie City finished putting all this dynamite in, so we'll start detonating that. And this is as deep as the water pumps can go, so this is an appropriate depth. Now we can start continuing to expand the range for putting all this dynamite in. We are going to increase the speed at which we start pumping water into the aqueduct. It's taking a little bit longer than I'd like, so let's use all 4 of these mechanical water pumps now. Crazy how quickly the beavers have made this whole aqueduct come together. And this beaver just got rid of a tree, so now we can actually place one more piece of dynamite here, try and get that one prioritized. We don't have any extract. I'm curious if that's because the distribution limits are set up. So Alpha City, they are exporting extract, but we have a really low threshold. So let's lower that a little bit. We could also set up another centrifuge. We have 960 storage capacity, and we're hovering around 100-ish extract. And we haven't really been doing much in Alpha City, so no harm in getting another one set up. We'll want to prioritize it because they are working on this all the way over here. And they did finish this, it looks like, which means we can finally get rid of... Oh, well, I guess not quite. We need to make this path right here. Then once that's finished, we can start getting rid of the paths that go across these dams and actually delete the dams. What happens if we do that? Uh-oh, it did strand the bot. Let's quickly get that set up. And you can see that the water is actually right now filling up this big hole. And so we're going to be expanding this at least to a 10 by 10. This will just be an extra place for water storage, and then we can move some of these water pumps over into this area. And we will want to have this set to bots. We are currently running quite a bit low. We don't have anywhere near enough bots. Let's see how the production line's going. We have plenty of gears, planks, and metal blocks. Oh yeah, I did turn on all these water pumps at the beginning of the wet season, so I guess that accounts for some of the jobs. Back in Charlie City, you can see that all the beavers who are working in the builders' huts are sitting around. That means they have nothing to do right now. We can actually start working on getting some levees placed along the backside right here, and then we'll do the same on the front. And you can see the brigade of beavers, they're bringing all the wood necessary. Let's also start working on getting a large water tank storage set up, although we should probably move that a little bit closer over here. So we'll set that right here, have it set to water, and then I think we have all those resources in this district. Yeah, we have gears, planks, and metal blocks. We should be good to go. And let's actually prioritize this. Have the beavers work on this first after they... Oh, they just switched directions. That was interesting. Does look like the water completely filled this up, and I should probably also prioritize these just behind this because I want them to work on getting this expanded before they start doing any of the dynamite over here. And having this closer will be awesome because then these water pumpers won't have to be walking quite as far. So you can see this guy, he was walking all the way over there just to drop the water off, and that's not efficient. And we're actually going to detonate the rest of this dynamite. And then you can see the water that I filled up in this area spread out. Oh, look at that green space spreading out. Wow, they built that water tank pretty quickly. Now they're going to be able to start filling this up. It is day 8. We're up to 8.4 thousand water. Now our total capacity is up to almost 12,000. Looks like they're also making good progress in Bravo City. They're nearly maxed out on this large water tank. And then they have been working their butts off over here. You can see they're nearly done with some of the dynamite. They can reach all of this, so we're going to have them place it there. They can reach this one. You can also start putting some dynamite over here as well. We did rearrange the jobs a little bit, but now we have no vacant jobs for bots, which is fantastic. Or we can start switching some of these to bots. And the beavers are nearly done constructing this dam over here. We just need to make sure that they can get rid of some of these trees. So we have these water pumps that are fully pumping, but it looks like it was, yeah, it very briefly will start flooding over, but then just kind of stops. Now I don't know how evaporation works with moving water, but as we all know, water will evaporate over time if it's just sitting somewhere exposed to the sun, basically. But I don't know if the evaporation also works on moving rivers. And we are running dangerously low on wood now. How close is some of this to being grown up? Not terribly close, but thankfully we have a bunch of trees over here. So let's get 3 lumberjack flags set up and have them prioritize these. Everything is already marked for getting chopped down, which is excellent. And what was flooding? There was water over here that I just saw. I have no idea how that got there. Water is filling this up. I think we might want to start pausing some of these. Pause 2 for now. We'll probably want to pause the other 2 pretty shortly. We're still low on extract in this district and in this district. Thankfully we have the second centrifuge and our extract actually has been going down. We're just going to go wild and build a third one. I want to make sure they prioritize this and that it is a bot job. Because it looks like we do actually have an unemployed bot right now. Bad water is looking great. We're up to 1.6 thousand bad water. And then when the beavers have a chance, then they can build another bad water storage facility. Oh, we are... Okay, pause real quick. We're flooding. Oh boy. Okay, let's... Oh wait, we can actually just raise this first. Now we can click play. So evaporation should take care of some of this water. I would detonate this, but I don't want to prevent them from being able to access some of the dynamite over here. Do they get exposure to... Yeah, their wet fur is maxed out right now. Oh, I didn't get them any showers in this district. Well, I guess this water will help their well-being a little bit. And this one... We can detonate that. Then we can set up a second set of dynamite. Since we have the bad tide approaching in a couple days, we're going to set up a bad water pump and a bad water storage over here in Bravo City because the bad water will be going down this direction. And if we can collect a little bit more, why not do that? This will definitely be a seasonal job because we have had no bad tides in quite a while actually. Does look like the third one is up and running. Up to 150 extract. And dynamite's actually pretty low, so hopefully they can get this explosives factory built pretty quickly. Looks like we only need a little bit more metal. We can also look at getting another explosives factory set up in Bravo City. All we have to do is get a little path system set up right here and connect it in, and then that should be another way that we can help solve the dynamite issue. Plus, when they have some bad water from this new bad water pump, that'll be a source of bad water for creating all the explosives over here. And speaking of explosives, they have placed a lot. Let's see, do they? Yes, they did finish placing all the explosives over here. So we're going to pause this and detonate all of these. We'll see if my computer can handle it. I think that should be it, so let's get going. Only a little bit laggy. Oh, I missed one down here. You can see the water is all sorts of wonky now. Then we have the next round of dynamite set up, and you can see the beavers are already starting to construct all this, so we'll leave them to work on that after... Oh, they finished this immediately. And we still have an unemployed beaver, so let's go ahead and unpause one of these builder huts. And in Alpha City, it looks like we only have about 450 wood, even though there are so many trees. So this should not be without wood. I think we're going to get rid of a few of these blueberry bushes and then put in some lumberjack flags so that they can help clear some of these trees here. Looks like the beavers of Charlie City finished this set of triple dynamite. We'll go ahead and detonate that and we can start working on... Oh, nice. They got this one set up also. We can start setting up this one as well. We're slowly working our way outwards. Does look like we actually have some dynamite back in this district, which is fantastic. And we have one extract right now. But we also have an unemployed beaver. So let's go ahead and shove him in here. And then we honestly probably want another couple in this district crossing. So these guys aren't getting bad water imported at all, I don't think. And although they are in the process of building this, I think it would be good to have at least a little bit of bad water storage. We may as well keep it close to the explosives factory. So we'll just put a few of those right here. And with the bad tide approaching soon, that's where we're going to wrap up today's episode. We continue to make fantastic progress with the aqueduct. I'm thinking that as soon as we get the explosives and the extract situation figured out, then we'll be able to really power along and get all the dynamite placed here, going all the way to this lake. Because we have the beaver power, it seems like they just don't have the resources right now. But with the additional bad water coming and the bad tide, maybe we can get things turned around in the next episode. So if you enjoyed today's episode, go ahead and smash that like button. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to support the channel even more, consider becoming a channel member. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.